Joel Embiid just showed Victor WEmbenyama who the real alien is. And no one will ever forget Kobe Bryant doing the impossible, scoring 81 in an NBA game.
History tonight at Staples Center.
The whole night just kind of felt like a blur. You know what I mean? You just kind of felt like he was just in almost like a trance almost. You know?
On this exact same day, 18 years later, Joel Embiid faced one of his biggest challenges of the season.
We're going to hammer his
going against Victor WEmbenyama, who is leading first-year players in points, rebounds, steals, and oh yeah, first in the entire NBA with 3.5 blocks per game. I discovered that Joel Embiid actually has way more to his bag than ever before. It actually always starts in his sweet spot, the high post.
Going at Wembenyama, and he gets the friendly roll.
This guy's already feeling that 70 points coming. Going left is something Embiid has become unstoppable at. Just listen to JJ Redick call this one out.
He puts it in his left hand, he's probably going to shoot a pull-up jumper.
Embiid.
So here he is again in his spot on his left, and he uses that scouting against Wemby as he steps left and hits him with that very Jonas Valanciunas-like pump. Just in case you need an elite breakdown from the broadcast.
A pump fake is a shot not taken. You do everything else you would do in the shot except for let it go.
Wow. Love it. The Sixers are great at getting Joel in his high post spot. Here, using a pick and slow roll, Embiid here sees the help in the gap, and this assist is nothing in comparison to what I'll show you later, but Ryan still loves it anyways. Just when you think the Sixers are gonna get Joel in his regular high post spot, he uses his 280-pound body to make Wemby look like he's 19 years old. And looks like he just turned 20. Wow, happy birthday to you. Okay, this season the 76ers are doing a much better job at getting it to Joel inside. Look at them slow it down on the fast break. Check the House Junior IQ here, clearing out when he sees the inside seal happening. Now this angle isn't great, so Maxey, he moves it up to the top as Embiid spins
Now
and
Zach Collins on him. Joel up, count it, and the foul on Collins.
Collins is like, he broke my arm though, man. He's not happy, but this lady is, because she loves passing angles. Using passing angles to create better angles is a great way to score easy baskets. Here, Joe beats Wemby in transition. As soon as he starts to seal off that inside, Maxey moves it to the baseline where Harris can dodge the 8-foot frickin' wingspan. Now just leave it up to Nick Nurse to come up with another crazy game plan to stop Wemby. So the Sixers let Joe roam the paint, leaving Jeremy Sohan open from outside. Here Embiid full sends it down to stop the roll to the basket. And fun fact, month after month, Sohan has actually gone from 14% to 27% to 38% from 3 this year. Then again on the pick and roll, Joel comes down into the lane. This time Sohan 45 cuts, as you can see here, and the Spurs get another wide open look off of this coverage.
And back-to-back threes.
Next trip down, Joel decides to guard Wemby straight up, who puts him into a screen action.
That he would operate at the elbow or foul line.
Wembenyama, the step back.
So after 3 straight threes to start the game, the Spurs were officially feeling gooder than ever.
7'4" point guard.
And pulls up for the straight-on triple and hits.
Even the angriest fan base in the NBA are kind of low-key happy in this moment. Now this actually made Nick Nurse sit down, but that changes nothing. Look now as this coverage completely blows up this empty set pick and roll. Wemby would have had a dunk, but the ball has to be kicked outside. Tobias Harris then rotates over to Sohan, and they funnel everything back into the big man. This style of defense allows for the Sixers to play a lot more ball pressure. Embiid can just fall back yet again, and even the 35-year-old Nick Batum can apply some elite ball pressure, knowing that he has some backside help, which leads to
Wembanyama that time.
Oubre cutting and throwing it down.
Spurs call a timeout. Sixers fans are pumped. This guy's trying his best to do a heart symbol, and then we get some in, out, in, up. Wheels on the bus go round and peace. Dab on it. San Antonio comes out with the perfect adjustment to the pressure. Notice the subtleties here as the Spurs pretend to call for a screen and the Sixers get even more aggressive, and Wemby then goes back door. Greg Popovich would do everything he could to stop Joel. Look at him here, getting into his stance better than James Harden has ever done it. Joel then gets a switch and a mismatch. Pop now majestically hand gestures for Collins to come over to double, but Joel would make the right read again as a passer. Embiid had 18 rebounds in this game, which is also a career high. And we had insane highlights down the stretch, but one of my favorite moments had to be this right here.
It continues.
Here's Wesley from the corner. That's an air ball. Collins with another rebound.
Add Wesley to the list.
Doug McDermott with an air ball. So 2 air balls.
Now it's plays like this that shows why Wemby is the future of the league. Post up versus Embiid. He scoops it somehow underneath the arm. Even more alien tendencies. Check out this beautiful back cut as the 76ers are overplaying the passing lanes. Ooh, that dunk would have been so nasty. These Wemby back cuts are a thing of perfection. Look at this, over 7 feet tall, and you just shook Tobias Harris right out of the frickin' key. And here again, attacking the closeout.
I had to.
Yeah,
I wasn't 7'3", but I didn't have great odds. Look at that. Look at that.
The best basketball tip I've ever received when learning posting up is to do only 2 things so that your team knows when to pass you the ball. It's either do absolutely nothing or post up like hell. Look how much easier it makes the decision making right here. But how are these 7-footers actually moving like this? Here is one of the coolest passes of the season.
Here he comes. Embiid between the legs. The spinning no-look to Daniel House.
Embiid, you are absolutely nuts. Joel is smooth but powerful. Look at him as he says, Wemby,
get out the way, get out the way,
Wemby,
get out the way.
Moving on, the fact that Joel scored 60 against one of the best interior defenders is absolutely insane. Just look at how low and aggressive Wembanyama can get. Now, Nick Nurse is really creative at trying to get Joel deep interior looks. Here running a wedge screen on the block, Wemby now has to close out, and that is all Embiid needs to get his defender to do exactly what he wants him to do. And Brett Brown was seen once again trying to take credit for Joel's use of his left hand. And these two freaks of natures would go back and forth, Joel going left, that pull-up nearly unstoppable. Look at how this play progresses though. Wemby beats Joel down the floor and he hits one of the strangest alley-oops I think I've ever seen. Now the Spurs actually tried so many different things to stop Embiid here in his zone. Just look at the attention to keep the ball away from Joe here. Embiid directs the pass to go high, which the Spurs accidentally send 2 to the ball, swing, forcing the low man to now come up, leaving Joel one-on-one versus Zach Collins and one baby. Even here on double and triple teams. Even here on
Get
double
well
and
soon, Pat.
triple
We miss you.
teams.
Embiid, baseline, 3, Spurs around and throws it up.
And you know he's cooking. That's 59 after 3 quarters. Brett Brown would never have been fired from the Sixers if he would have been part of the Gooder Gang. Even the assistant coach was caught saying, better subscribe. Aliens or not, this would lead us to this historic moment right here.
Chance at 70. Embiid. Coast to coast for 70.
So James Harden hasn't ever actually scored 70 points, but at times he has looked like an idiot, just like in this video over here.